Wednesday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and here at the Sword, the Irish Airborne have invoked their rematch clause for our tag team titles. And that may be your day, boys, but I promise you, there will be no luck at the Irish. I promise you, Irish eyes will not be smiling, and when that night is over, you are still going to be looking at the HWA Tag Team Champions, and they are noble.
Airborne, you've witnessed the immense beatdown we gave you. What makes you think we won't give you another? Let me tell you something, hybrids. You've got nothing to worry about, because we, the Noble Bloods, will be bringing these belts March 27th to Norwood, Ohio.
Lord Matthew Taylor, Sir Chad Cruz, I'm so proud of you in your tag team championships, defeating the Irish Airborne. Once again, pay your respects to the King.
Absolutely, sir.
Consider yourselves relieved. Now, as the King said, I was going to give my reply on the pulse. And you know what, Chris the Madness Hall? You have done one thing that I've never done before. You've made me want to be in your shoes. That's why you see the King here in front of you in peasant clothing, this green hood jacket, so they call it. I'd rather be in my robe, in my crown, sitting in my castle in Switzerland in my summer home. But no, I wanted to see what really makes Chris the Madness Hall tick. So I thought to myself, maybe if I put the get up on, maybe I will see what you're all about. And I've come to my conclusion, Chris the Madness Hall, you are absolutely nothing. You are nothing. I have beaten you in singles matches, and you keep coming back. I've beaten you in tag team matches, and you keep coming back. The King has beaten you in a number one contenders match, and you keep coming back. You know what? You are the true definition of a street rat. And you take care of a street rat, you lay the traps down, and you hope that the rat falls to the trap. Well, guess what, Chris? Snap! Huh? The 27th at Norwood, the trap is set. And there's nothing that you can do about it. You want to challenge the King to no holds barred? Guess what, Madness? You have the King on the 27th. So I want to tell you something, Chris. Are you ready? Huh? Are you ready to face the King? I don't think you are. I don't think that you're ready to face the true HWA Heavyweight Champion. So I got one question for you, Chris. Who's the King?
Fans, to another edition of The Pulse right here on HWAOnline.com. I'm your host, Chris the Brain, and joining me is my co-host,
Ron Mathis. Say my name.
Ron Mathis, with the same t-shirt he wears every week on this program.
It's a cool t-shirt.
There's some cool t-shirts coming out. I heard about them. They say International Jer. And it's going to be fantastic. They're going to be the hottest selling t-shirt we've ever had.
There needs to be International Riot Squad t-shirts, because that's our name.
And nobody would buy those.
Everyone would buy them.
Let's talk about important things. Like the fact that King Vu has accepted the challenge for March the 27th. It is HWA Hysteria, the Donald E. Prue Center in Norwood. We're coming back to Norwood, and what a main event. No holds barred. King Vu and the Madness.
Why am I not in the main event?
For obvious reasons, perhaps. But how about the main event of our show right here at the Sword? Next week is going to be St. Patrick's Day, and you are not in the tag team title picture.
Of course not.
However,
let me guess.
The Noble Bloods, the reigning HWA Tag Team Champions, will defend against the former champions, Dave and Jake Christ, the Irish Airborne, and you had a little something to do with them being former champions.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do if they become 6-time champions next week? St. Patrick's Day, luck of the Irish.
Get ourselves a tag title match and kick their asses, me and Caden.
As you've done the past 2 weeks here.
They beat Gilbert. They beat Gilbert. Gilbert's an idiot.
You're not bringing Gilbert back out here, are you?
Yeah. He's our family. He's an idiot. He's big and he's ugly. But we're family, so we bring him around.
Well, we'll talk more about that, I suppose, as
Damn
the
right.
polls continues. But right now, we've got the referees of the HWA standing by. What's their deal?
You think it?
Guys, there's a Madness and Boo, no holds barred, March 27th. I'm not doing the match.
And you saw, we all know what happened 2 weeks ago, here at the Zorg. I mean, it's not a safe working environment for us.
Yeah, now's no holds barred. Come on. No holds barred.
You guys are right. I don't want to put the safety of the three of us on that match.
I agree.
I
I'm
agree too.
going to go talk to Tatum.
Please.
We're not doing
Please
it.
do, Joe.
We're not doing it.
All right.
Welcome back, wrestling fans, to the Pulse. Chris the Brain and Ron Mathis with you.
Let
And
referees talk now. They let referees
well, the
talk.
referees had a lot to say, and they are refusing to officiate that no-holds-barred match between the Madness and King Vu at Norwood. And I don't want to be President Tim Tatum right now.
Me
Not
neither.
that I ever really want to be President Tim
We can
Tatum.
agree
but-
on something.
Yes, we can. But here's another thing we can agree on. The place to be next Wednesday, March the 17th at St. Patrick's Day. We will be here at the Sorg. Our weekly tradition continues. We talked about the tag title match earlier, but what about that student versus teacher match as Kid Fabulous takes on American Kickboxer? Pretty interesting, don't you think?
Kid Fabulous can wear whatever he wants. He's still a fairy to me.
That's nice.
Thank you.
That's nice. I mean, he has one of the best trainers in the business right now, taking him under his wing, and that's what you say?
You can't teach balls and the kid has no balls. I said it.
A bold statement there from my co-host, Mr. Mathis. But let's talk about something that really must interest you because you're in it.
Hey, let's talk about that. What is it?
It is a over-the-top rope battle royal. The winner will go on to take on Jesse Emerson for the American Lucha Core title at HWA Hysteria March 27th. Wait a minute. What did I tell you? You cannot just bring people out here.
I can do what I want. This is my promotion.
You know, what?
This is mine. I own the HWA. The International Riot Squad owns the HWA.
You know what? I thought you guys might stop by, so I have some gifts for you all.
What?
3, 1 for each of you. Here you go.
What is?
One for you. You hold that up. You hold this up. There you go.
That's not funny.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to be funny. What's going to happen if the 3 of you are the last 3 remaining in the Battle Royal? Well, I know...
Shut up. There's 3 of us in the Battle Royal next week. Of course, that means power in numbers. But Gilbert, you might notice Caden isn't talking right now. That's because thanks to you, Jake Christ kicked him right in the jaw. Next week, you pay attention.
Come on.
Shut up.
What are you...
Next week, pay attention. Take him in the back and spray him off. He smells like ass. Me or Caden next week is winning that Lucha Core title shot.
Yeah, I wonder why they call you jerks.
I'm not a jerk. That's how we treat family.
Just about out of time here this week on the Pulse. Chris the Brain, Ron Mathis with you, and once again we want to remind you about Wednesday night, March the 17th, at St. Patrick's Day, 7:30 p.m. right here at the Sorg, 65 South Main Street in downtown Middletown. And what a card it's going to be. You can find out more details on HWA Online as we get closer, but let's talk about some of the matches we know right now, including the main event for the HWA Tag Team titles, the Noble Bloods, giving the Irish Airborne their mandatory rematch on St. Patrick's Day. It is going to be something else. We also know that it will be student versus teacher as Kid Fabulous takes on American Kickboxer. And then we also know there is going to be an over-the-top rope battle royal. The winner will get to take on Jesse Emerson for the American Lucha Corps title on Saturday night, March the 27th, when we return to Norwood for HWA Hysteria. Some of the people in that battle royal include your good friend Shank Barzini. Sid Fabulous will be in there, and of course we've got the International Riot Squad.
That's right.
And their pet monster named Gilbert.
Pet monster.
But, well, I'm glad. I'm glad I could please you.
Shut up.
Well, right now, you know, we've talked about next Wednesday, but let's talk about something that happened here earlier tonight. History was made here at the Sword.
Gilbert made his debut?
No, I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about the title versus title match we saw as Jon Moxley put his HWA heavyweight title up against Scotty Vortex IPW world title. The winner was going to leave with both titles, and that winner was none other than the most dangerous man in the HWA, Jon Moxley, and he's standing by right now with the final word.
Mox is crazy.
First step to recovery, they say, is to admitting you have a problem. And I think I've come to a point after tonight where I'm ready to admit that I have a problem. It took a long time for me to get to this point, and I think I finally hit rock bottom. And it's embarrassing. I just got this horrible problem, and nobody can seem to stop talking about it, and it's just making my life living hell. I officially, after tonight, have decided that I cannot lose. I've just got belts popping out left and right. Do you know what that's like, going to bed every night, knowing that you absolutely cannot lose a wrestling match no matter how hard you try? I could tie both hands behind my back and blindfold myself, and I could still beat anyone on this planet. Actually, that feels pretty damn good. It's a lot harder to drag my bag up and down the steps everywhere these days, but yeah, all things considered, I think this is one disease that I can live with.